Alright, so I use the materials by using the scope and sequence that was developed to plan the combined grades. I have a grade 7, 8. And so I use the scope and sequence to see where the expectations overlap and where it goes off in different directions for the grade 7 and the grade 8. So I can extend for each grade with their own expectations. I like to go into these lessons and I can easily check out the links and see what's available for the students to use for interactive technology, and also again to extend or to differentiate for a student who might need more review in a specific area or a student who needs an extension for enrichment. And I often post my links and the sequence of the lesson for the students on Google Classroom so that they can work independently, they can work in small groups, or if a student is absent from school, they can go onto the classroom and at least stay caught up to some extent with the work we've been doing in class. Things that I like about using the TIPS lessons are that it's really easy to find a lesson outline, very easy to find a resource and to plan a lesson for both grades, because the resources are already there. So I just have to use the scope and sequence, which is embedded into the lesson, and I know exactly where I'm going with my class. It's easy to teach a combined grade because then I can see where they've come from and where they need to go, and so I can put the lesson in at the middle and then extend for the grade 7s, extend for the grade 8s. The kids really like working online. They like the interactive activities. They like working in small groups. They also like working independently with them. They really enjoy the videos, and the discussion questions are really good to help guide their learning. But some things to keep in mind: sometimes the internet crashes, like in today's lesson. So we have a BrightLink projector which projects onto a whiteboard from the desktop computer, and so oftentimes I'll go full class if it's not working for our Chromebooks. Sometimes clips will have difficulty if too many students try to log in at one time, and so it'll slow down on the download rate. Sometimes the RTF files won't open in DocHub, which is what we use from the Google Drive to be able to type and modify a document. So usually we project that on the BrightLink then. Sometimes students will prefer working with paper and pencils, particularly for a larger worksheet. For example, gizmos, especially if it's for homework. But I'm thinking that's a familiarity issue, and as they become more familiar with using the technology, they'll adapt to it and they'll prefer to use it online. It takes a long time to teach students how to use the technology efficiently. So about the first 2 months was really how to use DocHub, how to use a gizmo, how to download something, how to take a screenshot, that kind of information. But now it's easy and they know how to log into the OERB and they can do it independently and I don't have to remind them. One of the tips that I have for them is I have them create a shared folder in their Google Drive, and they share that folder with me so that everything that they put into that folder I automatically have access to. So the graphs and the documents from today will be in there and I can check their work easily.